Hello, welcome to the table. We're back at the Dice Cup in Nottingham. My name's Jonathan Hicks.
I'm Windle.
And I'm Steve Raine.
And today we're talking about the UK Games Expo 2017. Now this is a massive board games convention that takes place in Birmingham every year. This year it's the beginning of June, is that right?
Yep, that's right.
It takes place in the NEC in Birmingham. And we'll put the dates on the screen so you can see if you want to interest in coming. But we're going to talk in this video about what's involved with the Expo. If you've never been to a games convention before, what could you expect? We've been a few times before, really enjoy going. We're definitely going to be going again this year. So we're going to try and tell you a bit about it.
Yeah, we're going to go to the Expo this year. We're also going to do a bit of filming and interviewing as well. So if you do see us there, we're going to have our nice Board Game Opinions t-shirts on. Come and speak to us. If you've got something to talk about, we're happy to chat with you.
Yeah.
So could you summarise what is a board games convention in general?
Board game convention is, I mean, there are different types. In the case of the Expo, it's a massive meeting, lots of people, with the main hall with like sellers and stuff, but there's also going to be gaming going on throughout the day and into the evening, and then there's panels and stuff where people talk about what they're doing. You get to the dice tower there, etc. So it's just a meeting of so many people together, and they're discussing ideas, and a lot of business going on behind the scenes, I suspect too.
Yeah, there's people in costume. There's lots of different companies have got stalls there showing you their new products or existing products, or selling you things or discounts or offers or games you can't get elsewhere as well.
Because I remember the first time I went, one of the things that struck me is the massive trade hall they have. So all the various retailers and games publishers and things, they set up all these different stands and they're selling their games. They're quite a bit cheaper, aren't they, than you buy from a shop normally.
It's good a place to pick up stuff that might be slightly hard to get hold of too.
That's a really good reason.
And the bring and buy is great for that too.
Well, you just get to see so many games as well. So games that you think, oh, I remember that game, and you just forgot about it, and you think, oh, this is my chance to pick it up because I haven't seen it in my local game store.
I mean, if you like a copy of Blood Rage with all the extras that Kickstarter, it's the best chance you can get hold of one, to be honest.
Right. I always remember the Fantasy Fly games company always has a very big area there, and they demo their games, don't they? So if you want to see the more recent games that are just coming out, and you want someone to explain how it works and have a look at the actual minutes or whatever involved.
Matt's even demoing this year. He's going to be demoing on Saturday. He demoed last year, I think. I can't remember what game. It was some big, long, complicated game.
Was it the Star Trek Frontiers one?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And Matt will be there this year again. If you see Matt, go and say hi to him too.
All right. And then in the evenings, typically, they have gaming areas, don't they, where people can just go and play games.
It kind of moves back to the hotel, doesn't it, rather than the... Because previously saying that up until the year before last, it was all held at the... I can't remember the name of the Hilton there.
The Metropole, yeah.
But it's got so big now that they've moved into the main NEC
Which
itself.
I actually prefer. I think it's all in one room is great, and you've got a bit more space to walk around as well, a bit more space around the edges if it's getting busy.
Yeah, it's just because I mean the Hilton particularly, the throughputs going between the different rooms is a nightmare. Well, it's just a lot better.
Yeah. So they have a games library as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So in the evenings when people, there's certain rooms where you can go to play games, but if you don't have any games, although you probably end up buying one or two while you're there, you can check them out of the library and then play the games they got there.
There's one big section in the middle, massive section, lots of tables, and like thousands of games to just kind of go along and rent them effectively for the hour. Or a few hours,
It's like the... I can't remember who's looking.
I think it's Thirsty Meeples bringing games, I believe they do from Oxford, It's a good place, go there. So why do you like the Expo then, guys? What makes you want to go back each year?
One of the big attractions for me as a father and a husband is that there's lots of things there for a family. So they have a special family zone every year, and they've got sort of, like they have giant-sized games. I can only think of the kind of giant-sized Jenga, but they also have more modern games and big versions of Castle Panic. I remember they had one year, a kind of giant Castle Panic on the floor with all the orcs and goblins and things moving into the centre and trying to defend it. But it's just great for kids to get involved in that kind of thing.
I saw that 2 years ago. I didn't see it last year. Was it there last year as well? Because 2 years ago it was in a separate room in the Hilton.
Okay.
They had them kind of towards the front of the right as you come in, if I remember right.
Yes, it was in the big hall on the right last year.
What I look forward to, I think it's just the meeting of people, it's the atmosphere, it's the almost party atmosphere. Everybody's so enthusiastic and they're all so enjoying it. You don't see anybody walking around moping because everybody's like, what's around the next corner, what am I going to see? It's just, everybody loves it. and it's a great time, and because there's so many different things, you don't have to see it all. You can do what bit that you like to. Like you're saying, people just come up to cosplay, and that's fine. And people are quite happy just to know watch people do cosplay.
I just like being surprised by a new game. I remember 2 years ago I went along and we went to this little game with lots of words on the table called Codenames, and we'd never seen it before. I heard nothing about it, and kind of going and finding a game you really like and have not heard anything about it. So games have been hyped up to some extent. You think, yeah, okay, I kind of already know about that, so I don't need to go and see it. But Codenames was brilliant. We had a really good game. We even went back halfway through thinking, should I have got another game? We walked back round again just so we can have another play.
It's only a little known game. You might not have heard of it.
A couple of years ago, when I went with my son, I remember talking about the cosplay earlier, they had this Dalek there from Doctor Who at the side of one of the halls, and I was like, oh, that's a nice model. And he was only about 6, I think, at the time, and he went up to it and started wiggling it's like a plunger or something on the front of it, isn't it? And then this thing came to life. The plunger started moving in its own regard, the light started flashing, and then the thing started moving towards him and talking, and he got the fright of his life. He turned and ran straight back to me. It was amazing. I still haven't worked out if it was someone kind of inside the Dalek moving around, or the remote controlling it, or what it was. But the cosplay is superb. It's great seeing all the different costumes when you walk
it's just a really nice day.
And you can chill outside. I mean, especially with the AC, you can just go and sit out near the lake now, which is quite nice. Because it's very intense at times. You come in a bit. You can kind of go and stand outside, grab a bite to eat, chill out from the lake if it's a nice day, and you don't have to be. It's nice sometimes just to put your feet up a little bit.
So this year, then, what are you looking forward to the most?
I like the panels. I do like going to see people chatting because we do it. And I like watching other people do what we do, while we do the videos, let's be honest.
Because there's a lot of famous people from the board gaming world are going to be at a large convention like this, because it's one of the biggest in the world, isn't it?
It's the fourth biggest,
And we got the figures last year, they went up on uniques, 78% on turnout. It went up from about 7,200 to nearly, well, just over 15,000. It's approaching Origins, which is the third biggest, and if it does that sort of increase again, it'll be the third biggest in the world. Depending on what happens with PAX Unplugged, which is going to be interesting.
Okay, so you're going to find a lot of famous, significant board game designers are going to be there. So as Mark says, there's panels, you can see interviews with them. So it's very interesting if you want to find out a bit more about the people who make the games, the people behind the games in that sense. Another thing that I did for a couple of years running, which they have a lot of there, is competitive gaming. So I was involved in the sort of national X-Wing competition for a couple of years running, and they have hundreds and hundreds of people who come there to play the various different games. So you've got sort of miniatures games like X-Wing or these other big sort of wargaming miniatures games. You've got card games like Netrunners, very popular. There's a big Netrunner competition that happens there every year. You also have the more classic Euro games, don't you? Things like Settlers of Catan.
There's a qualifier this year. So last year we did a Pandemic Survival at the cafe. People came in and played Pandemic here, and the winner from our cafe went to the final and played in the final of Pandemic. And I believe this year there's another Pandemic one. We're not hosting it, but there's a Settlers one. So we Settlers competition here in lots of venues around the country, and the winner gets to go to the Expo on I think it's on the Saturday and play in the national final. So you can be a national champion at Settlers of Catan.
And quite a few of the competitions are open competitions, and that anyone can apply and join it on the Expo weekend. So if you fancy yourself as a very good Settlers of Catan player or whatever it is, then you can test your skills against the other people around the country, see how well you do. So that's always very enjoyable for people who are into that kind of thing.
And we could turn up and watch you like we did to you and ruin your game, which we can't roll anything at all. When we were standing there.
I was in the middle of an X-Wing game, and all these guys arrived halfway through just to say hi, and I rolled this one set of defence dice, so I really needed a good roll. It was just blanks all the way across, not a single defence thing, and I got annihilated. My ship blew up at that point. That was not good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully if you're looking to get hotel rooms, you've already booked them by now, because it sells out so quick.
I'd also suggest pre-booking your ticket, because the queue for the tickets is very, very long.
There is going to be a new system this year that they hope to relieve you. They should have previously with, I think it's more automated, you're not going to speak to somebody to do it. I'm not 100% certain, but they're talking, they've got a new system.
That's good.
Because that was the biggest problem it had.
You're not too bothered. It's at the start of the day. You're used to queuing for theme parks and stuff, but it was one of the longest bits we had to do.
Well, it is a game as theme park.
So there's a website. We'll put the link in the bottom here for the UK Games Expo. If you Google UK Games Expo, it'll pop up. So you can book the tickets on the website if you want to go. Hopefully we'll see you there. As I say, we will be there, getting as much coverage as we can of all the new games. So if you do see us, come and say hello. It'd be great to meet some new people. Hopefully, see you then. All right, thanks very much for watching. My name's Jonathan Hicks.
My name's Windle.
And I'm Steve Raine. Thank you for watching.
Bye.